production and management.
Crops. Earlier, man was basically a hunter collecting food from forest. In those days, human beings consumed plant parts and animals without cooking. When these early humans settled at different places, they started growing plants for food. Slowly, this activity became systematic and began to take place on a large scale. The practice of growing plants at a place is known as agriculture. Plants grown for food on a large scale are known as crops. Crops are of the following types: cereals, wheat, paddy, maize, etc. Vegetables, potato, brinjal, mustard, etc. Fruits, mango, orange, apple, etc. Fibers, jute, cotton, hemp, etc. Beverages, tea, coffee, etc. On the basis of the purpose of their production, crops can be of two types. Food crops, crops cultivated for the production of food. Examples include cereals, vegetables, oilseeds, etc. Cash crops, crops cultivated for commercial purposes. Examples include tea, coffee, rubber, etc. Crops are categorized on the basis of the growing season as follows. Kharif crops: they include crops like rice, maize, soybean, groundnut, etc., which are grown in the rainy season during June-September. They are dependent on southwestern monsoons. Soil requirement: alluvial loam with a subsoil of clay. Cultivation methods: seeds for Kharif crops can be sown through broadcasting, throwing seeds over the soil, dibbling, dropping seeds at regular intervals in the furrows made by plowing, drilling, sowing seeds inside a hole made in soil, or transplantation. Seeds are first sown in nurseries. The seedlings formed are then transferred to a seed bed, and only the healthy and well-developed seedling are then transplanted to the regular field. Rabi crops: they include crops like wheat, gram, pea, mustard, etc., which are grown in the winter season during October-March. They are not dependent on monsoons. Soil requirement: clay, loamy soil, or black soil. Cultivation methods: seeds for Rabi crops can be sown through broadcasting, dibbling, or drilling. The seeds are generally sown soon after the rainy season. Know your scientist. Dr. Norman Borlaug, an American scientist, was instrumental in promoting green revolution in India, Mexico, and Pakistan. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. He is considered to be the pioneer of green revolution in India. He brought different varieties of seeds developed in Mexico and crossbred them with the local varieties to obtain hybrid variety. This helped transform India from a famine-prone country to an agriculturally self-sufficient country. Organic
is considered to be the pioneer of green revolution in India. He brought different varieties of seeds developed in Mexico and crossbred them with the local varieties to obtain hybrid variety. This helped transform India from a famine-prone country to an agriculturally self-sufficient country.
Organic farming.
Organic farming is the practice of cultivating crops without the use chemical fertilizers, weedicides or pesticides. As awareness regarding harmful effects of using chemical fertilizers or pesticides is increasing, the organic farming is slowly gaining popularity among the cultivators. Farmers are now using organic manure, made from animal and plant wastes, to provide supplements to the soil. Practices like crop rotation, mixed cropping, intercropping, and weeding, etc. are also used.
Rooftop gardening. Rooftop gardening.
Rooftop gardening has emerged as a new trend for urban households who do not have much space for outdoor gardening. Rooftops can be used for growing plants of various types such as ornamental plants, vegetables, fruits, etc. but certain precautionary measures are required. Some benefits of rooftop gardening are as follows.
It leads to improvement in air quality. It can be used as a source of recreation.
It provides habitats to butterflies and birds.
Basic practices of crop production. Cultivation of crops involves several agricultural practices, which are undertaken by farmers over a period of time. Major practices included in agriculture are as follows. The basic steps given above for the crop production do not always occur in the same series. The water requirements of different crops are different, but as the plants require a regular supply of water, irrigation of crops is carried out on a regular basis. Hence, irrigation is a continuous process, until the crops are ready for harvesting. Most farmers irrigate their crops before or after the application of manures and fertilizers, as water makes the nutrients in the manures and fertilizers easily available to the plants. Components of soil and preparation of soil for cultivation. Soil is made up of small particles of different sizes. Dead plants and animal parts are decomposed by soil organisms. This decomposition process releases various nutrients in soil. These nutrients are absorbed by plants as they are important for the growth of a plant. Thus, soil is essential for a plant's growth. Do you know that air is present in soil? Take some soil in a container. Add water to the container till the soil gets saturated in it. Then, let the soil dry. After a few days, carefully dig this soil. You will find that crumbs, small pieces of soil are formed. Break these crumbs and add water to them. You will observe air bubbles coming out of soil. Can you tell why air bubbles appear out of soil on adding water? This happens because water expels air from soil. This indicates the presence of air in soil. In addition to air, soil also contains various minerals, water, dead plants, animal parts, and some living organisms. The preparation of soil is the first step of growing a crop. This includes methods like plowing. Plowing is tilling the land with the help of a plow. It turns soil upside down. Curiosity Corner. Earthworms are called a farmer's friend. Do you know why? Earthworms are called a farmer's friend because their burrowing action helps to loosen the soil particles. This also improves the physical structure of the soil and creates channels for the roots of plants to penetrate. They also help in the formation of humus. Importance of plowing. Importance of plowing.
It helps to loosen soil. Hence, it improves air circulation in soil.
It helps in the retention of moisture. It helps in uprooting weeds from soil. It enhances the water-retaining capacity of soil. Plowing forms big pieces of soil called crumbs. Plowing is followed by leveling. Tools for plowing. Plow. Plow. Nowadays, wooden
plows are being used since ancient times for the purpose of tilling soil. A plow is made up of wood and is drawn by a pair of bulls. It contains a strong iron strip, which is triangular in shape and is known as a plowshare. The main part of this tool is made up of a long log of wood, which is known as a plow shaft. At one end of the shaft, there is a handle while at the other end a beam is attached, which is placed on the neck of the bull.
Hoe. Hoe is a tool which is used to remove weeds from soil and to loosen soil. It is made up of a long rod of wood or iron. It has a bent plate of iron fixed at one of its ends. It acts like a blade and is pulled by animals. Cultivator. Plowing is also done using a tractor-driven cultivator, which saves both time and labor. Leveling. The crumbs formed during plowing are broken by a wooden plank. Leveling is done with the help of a wooden leveler, or a wooden plank attached to a tractor. Fields must be leveled properly before sowing and irrigation. Curiosity Corner. How will you know whether the soil is fertile or not? Soil testing provides the solution to this problem. Prior to preparation, some amount of soil is collected. This soil is subjected to a series of chemical tests to know its nutrient potential. If it is found that the soil is lacking certain nutrients, then manures and fertilizers are added to the soil. Plowing is then carried out to ensure the proper mixing of the nutrients. Selection of seeds and sowing techniques. To obtain higher crop yields, healthy seeds must be sown. Do you know what is sowing? Sowing is a process which involves planting of seeds in soil. For example, wheat, maize, millet, etc. are grown by sowing seeds. Healthy seeds are selected for sowing. However, all seeds look the same. How do we know which seeds are healthy? In large agricultural farms, high-quality seeds are purchased or selected by many methods. Let us find out how you can identify healthy seeds for sowing. Do you know how seeds are sown in large agricultural fields? Seeds are sown with the help of the following methods. Traditional methods of sowing seeds include the use of a funnel-shaped tool. Seeds to be sown are filled in the funnel and are passed through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. Ends of these pipes pierce through the soil and sow the seeds in soil. Seed drills are automatic devices which sow seeds at an equal depth. The use of seed drills is beneficial because it allows sowing seeds at an appropriate depth. Seeds at a depth cannot be picked by birds. Seeds sown in proper rows result in uniform growth and reduce overcrowding, thereby providing sufficient nutrients, water and sunlight to all plants. Did you know that all plants are not propagated through seeds? The given table gives the names of some plants that are not propagated through seeds. Can you name the parts from which these plants are propagated? Plant. Plant part. Rose. Sugarcane. Banana. Bryophyllum. Potato. Importance of manures and fertilizers. Do you know what manures and fertilizers are? Manures and fertilizers are substances which are added to soil to increase the nutrient content of soil for the healthy growth of plants. Can you tell how soil becomes deficient in nutrients? Sometimes, farmers grow the same crop year after year in a field. This leads to the deficiency of a particular nutrient, nitrogen, potassium, or some other nutrient, which is used up by that particular crop in the field. Thus, farmers add manures and fertilizers to replenish soil, which is deficient in nutrients. This process is known as manuring. Manures. Manures are the decomposed, organic matter. These include cattle dung, oil cakes, vegetable wastes, etc. These animal or plant wastes are decomposed by microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. This decomposed matter is used as manure. It contains essential nutrients required by plants for their growth. Manuring is advantageous because it improves soil texture, improves water retaining capacity of soil, Replenishes soil with nutrients. Increases the number of useful microorganisms in soil. What is urea? What is urea? Now, let us.
Urea is a type of a fertilizer. Fertilizers are substances which are rich in inorganic nutrients. Fertilizers provide specific nutrients like nitrogen and potassium to soil. Substances like urea, ammonium sulfate, potassium chloride, potassium sulfate, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, etc. are various types of fertilizers used by farmers.
Fertilizers help farmers obtain a better yield of crops. But then why is the use of chemical fertilizers not encouraged? This is because they have a number of disadvantages. These fertilizers can enter water bodies through runoff water and cause water pollution. The fertilizers in the water can also enter the body of humans through food chain and can be harmful to human health. Excessive use of fertilizers can reduce the natural replenishing ability of soil. Excessive use of fertilizers can change the chemical nature of soil and make it less fertile. Let us take a look at the table given below to study the differences between fertilizers and manures. Fertilizers. Manures. They are inorganic salts. They are manufactured in factories. They do not add any humus to soil. They are rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, etc. They are natural substances made from decomposed residue of plant and animal wastes. They are prepared in fields. They add humus to soil. They have a relatively poor content of plant nutrients. Curiosity Corner. What is fallowing? In